Welcome friends to Literature Mantra. I'm Harsh Singh. Now, as you know, UGC-NET June session will be held very soon. So उससे पहले कुछ practice कर लेते हैं and let's check how much you can recall and how much you know. So first question, match the following characters with the authors. ठीक है, these are very famous characters and famous writers as well. Becky Sharp, Snowball, Thomas Becket, Stephen Dedalus. Now Stephen Dedalus, the artist as a young man. ठीक है, the portrait of the artist as a young man. James Joyce, ठीक है, very famous. उसके बाद स्नोबॉल, इफ यू हैव रेड एनिमल फार्म यू नो द आंसर. ठीक है, स्नोबॉल इज द कैरेक्टर इन एनिमल फार्म, जॉर्ज ऑरवेल. ठीक है, उसके बाद बेकी शार्प, वेरी फेमस, थैकरे. ठीक है, एंड फाइनली टॉमस बेकेट, टी.एस. एलियट. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द आंसर एंड अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू मैच दिस. ठीक है, दिस इज वेरी इजी. ठीक है, नाउ इफ यू वांट टू कनेक्ट विद मी यू कैन कनेक्ट विद मी ऑन माय टेलीग्राम चैनल. ठीक है, हर्ष सिंह सर ऑफिशियल. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हु सेड अ मैन हु कंटेम्पलेट्स रिवेंज कीप्स हिज वुंड्स green. ठीक है, this is a very famous quotation. A. Bacon, B. Shakespeare, C. Dr. Johnson, and D. Pope, Alexander Pope. Now, correct answer is Bacon, Francis Bacon. ठीक है. Now, if you want to enroll in our UGC-NET course for the December session, of course, we are practicing for the June session, but the enrollments will be for the December session. So just WhatsApp us or call us on this number 7678160296. ठीक है, and if you find this video useful, do like and subscribe and definitely click on the bell icon. Now also one more thing, if you are preparing for MA English entrance for next year 2024, you can join our new batch which starts on the 25th of May. ठीक है, in this 10 full mock tests are included. ठीक है, and if you bring a friend you will get extra discount. Both of you will get extra discount. ठीक है, so just call or WhatsApp us on this number given below. Now next question, identify the texts in which blank verse, ठीक है, blank verse is used. ठीक है, Paradise Lost, Prelude, Tintern Abbey and Ode to the West Wind. Now all of these are very very famous poems. ठीक है, so you should know in what verse or what verse form is used in all of these poems. ठीक है, so let's check some explanation. ठीक है, now Prelude जो है, the full title is The Prelude or Growth of a Poet's Mind. ठीक है, this is a work by William Wordsworth. ठीक है, autobiographical epic poem in blank verse by William Wordsworth. ठीक है, so already we have some crucial information about this poem and I have prepared this explanation because it is important for you to understand this at least the key points of these poems. ठीक है, it's not just to answer the question but also understand. ठीक है, now Wordsworth first began this work or this poem in 1798 and later on he kept on working on it for the next 40 years. ठीक है, because he revises the manuscript later on as well. ठीक है, and the prelude treats as its central subject the author's or the narrator's development as a poet, the forces that shaped his imaginative power and his spiritual crisis and recovery. ठीक है, so उस चीज के बारे में है. And as I said that this is a poem written in blank verse. After that, Paradise Lost. Now Paradise Lost, this is also a poem of epic length. ठीक है, very long. This is also written in blank verse. ठीक है, and this is by John Milton, right? Originally it had 10 books. ठीक है, later on it was revised into 12 books. ठीक है, उसके बाद Ode to the West Wind, ठीक है, by P.B. Shelley. Then it was published in 1820 and the ode invokes the spirit of the West Wind, destroyer and preserver, the spark of creative vitality, and this ode introduced a new stanzaic form composed of 5 sonnets. ठीक है, 5 sonnets, each of which has 4 tercets. Tercets क्या होता है? Unit of 3 lines each. ठीक है, and the scheme is based on the Italian terza rhyme. ठीक है, terza rhyme, rhyming ABA, then BCB, CDC, and then DED, followed by a rhyming double E couplet. ठीक है, now one thing to first of all understand is that blank verse होता क्या है? Basically unrhyming. ठीक है, rhyme is not there but iambic pentameter will be there. Rhyme is not there. देखो यहाँ पे क्या है? There is rhyme. There is a rhyming couplet. So most likely this is the thing which will not be the answer. ठीक है, because this seems to be written not in blank verse. ठीक है, now let's move ahead. एक और देख लेते हैं explanation. Tintern Abbey is composed in blank verse, which is a name used to describe unrhymed, as I said, unrhymed lines in iambic pentameter. ठीक है, its style is therefore very fluid and natural. It reads as easily as if it were a prose piece. But of course the poetic structure is tightly constructed. ठीक है, and we are talking about Tintern Abbey by Wordsworth. Wordsworth's slight variation on the stresses of iambic rhythms is remarkable. Lines such as "Here under this dark sycamore and view" do not quite conform to the stress patterns of meter, but fit into it loosely, helping Wordsworth approximate the sounds of natural speech without grossly breaking his meter. ठीक है, so of course this is the poem which is not written in blank verse. The rest are written in blank verse. और एक और चीज मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Here we studied Italian terza rhyme. Okay, west wind is written in Italian terza rhyme. तो terza rhyme slightly, let's see some more information. Terza rhyme क्या होता है? It is a first of all Italian verse form, ठीक है, consisting of stanzas of 3 lines. As I said, tercet. The first and the third lines rhyming, ठीक है, with one another, and the second rhyming with the first, the third of the following tercet. The series ends with a line that rhymes with the second line of the last stanza, so that the rhyme scheme is ABA, BBB, BCB, CDC, and blah blah blah. ठीक है, and the meter is often iambic pentameter. ठीक है. So if we return to the question, Paradise Lost, Prelude, Tintin Abbey, and Ode to the West Wind. यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है identify the text in which blank verse is used. So in all of these, Paradise Lost, Prelude, Tintin Abbey, blank verse is used. The only poem where blank verse is not used is Ode to the West Wind. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये लिखा हुआ है टर्जा राइम में. ठीक है. Now this is a very very important question. यहाँ पे you got some information about these important poems. ठीक है, and also what is the difference between terza rhyme and blank verse, or let's say what is blank verse. पहले तो ये क्वेश्चन बन सकता है, what is terza rhyme. ठीक है, so you should know all of these facts. ठीक है. So this is the poem which does not have blank verse. All of these 3 have. Okay. Now next question. The title of Somerset Maugham's novel Cakes and Ale is taken from A. As You Like It, B. Twelfth Night, C. Measure for Measure, and D. Henry the Fifth. Okay. All of these are plays by Shakespeare. The correct answer is Twelfth Night. Okay. Now this Somerset Maugham's novel Cakes and Ale, ये जो phrase है, this has been taken from Twelfth Night. ठीक है, Twelfth Night of Shakespeare. Now a little bit more information about Twelfth Night. In Twelfth Night there is a very famous character. ठीक है, Sir Toby Belch. ठीक है, ये बहुत ही famous character है. And he says in one of the lines that out of tune, sir, you lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale. ठीक है, so ये जो phrase है यहाँ से लिया गया है, ये title जो है. ठीक है, the novel by Somerset Maugham, Cakes and Ale. Okay, comes from the 12th Night of William Shakespeare. ठीक है, so remember this the name of this character, Sir Toby Belch, because this is the character which utters these lines. ठीक है, so as I indicated, the answer is 12th Night. ठीक है, next question. The characters Christian, Faithful, and Hopeful figure in A. Absalom and Achitophel, B. House of Fame, C. The Fairy Queen, and D. Pilgrim's Progress. अब बहुत ही आसान सा सवाल है ये. ठीक है, because this character Christian is very famous. ठीक है, so ये तो आपको पता ही होगा. So correct answer here is the Pilgrim's Progress. ठीक है, ये आंसर है. इनमें ये कैरेक्टर्स हैं ये. ठीक है, Christian, स्पेशली Christian, this character is very famous. ठीक है, next question. Match the following. ठीक है, now matching the following ये भी आता है. ठीक है, let's say they can give you many various chronological events and they will say match with the date. ठीक है, ऑथर एंड बुक्स तो आता ही है, इवेंट्स का भी आ सकता है. सो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन क्वीन एलिजाबेथ, देन चार्ल्स द सेकंड, जेम्स द फर्स्ट, एंड चार्ल्स द फर्स्ट. ठीक है, नाउ इफ यू रिमेंबर द एलिजाबेथन एज बिगिंस इन 1558. तो पहले तो ये हो गया. चार्ल्स द सेकंड इज द वन हु वाज रिस्टोर्ड, उसकी वजह से है ना नाम रेस्टोरेशन कॉमेडी 1660. तो 2 तो ऐसे ही पता है आपको, बहुत ही आसान है. ठीक है, 2 तो आपको ऐसे ही पता है, बहुत ही आसान है. सो नाउ लेट्स चेक द आंसर. Queen Elizabeth 1558, right? A4. A, either it is this or it is this or it is this. After that, B Charles II का first है. Now B ये first और this one. Now ये हो नहीं सकता, so the only correct option is this one. ठीक है. Now afterwards if you check, James the first C का 2 है, C का 2. ठीक है, उसके बाद D का 3, Charles the first 1625. ठीक है, so perfectly correct. Next question. Which of the following works was not published in 1922? ठीक है, not published है. Now if you remember, 1922 is a very very important year. ठीक है, very landmark literary works were published. ठीक है, यहाँ पे question है which is not published. James Joyce's Ulysses, then Wasteland, Mrs. Dalloway, and Herman Hesse's Siddhartha. Okay. Now the only novel that has not been published in 1922 is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. ठीक है, so the answer is this one. After that, next question. The phrase carpe diem means seize the night, carpet design, seize the day, save time. The correct answer is C, seize the day. ये मतलब होता है इस चीज का. Next question. Now there are 4 let's say terms. ठीक है, and what is the meaning, or let's say who has coined this, ये आपको मैच करना है. Dissociation of sensibility, very easy, T.S. Eliot. Ambiguity, irony, and touchstone method. Now touchstone method, Matthew Arnold. ठीक है, ambiguity, William Empson. ठीक है, now let's check the answer. Now one thing to keep in mind is that अगर आपको सारे ऑप्शंस नहीं भी आते हैं तो भी आप कर सकते हो, ठीक है, जस्ट गो बाय एलिमिनेशन मेथड, ठीक है। सो सपोज यू नो दिस डिसोसिएशन ऑफ सेंसिबिलिटी का 4 है, ए का 4, ठीक है। सो ए का 4 या तो ये होगा, या तो ये होगा, या तो ये होगा, ठीक है। सो थर्ड ऑप्शन तो ऐसे ही एलिमिनेटेड हो गया, ओके। उसके बाद है डी, डी डी यू आर श्योर ऑफ टचस्टोन मेथड, आर्नोल्ड, मैथ्यू आर्नोल्ड। डी का 3 है, डी का 3 ये वाला है या ये वाला है, और ये तो हो नहीं सकता। सो दो तो ऐसे भी एलिमिनेट हो गए। सो आपको बस इन्हीं दो में से आंसर निकालना है। नाउ एम्बिग्यूटी, बी का विलियम एम्सन फर्स्ट, क्या है इसमें, इसमें एक ही ऑप्शन ही है, दिस वन। सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज ए, ठीक है। 4 1 2 3 ये वाला है। तो यूजिंग दिस मेथड यू कैन अराइव एट द आंसर। आफ्टर दैट नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, who among the following writers was not born in India, ठीक है। Now there are various English writers who have been born in India, but out of these four, who has not been born in India? William Thackeray, George Orwell, Rudyard Kipling, E.M. Forster. Now this is a purely factual question, so either you know it or you don't know it, ठीक है। Now George Orwell has been, William Thackeray, Rudyard Kipling. The only person who has not been born in India is E.M. Forster, ठीक है। This is the correct answer. Now before I end, one small reminder, if you are preparing for MA English entrance next year, you can join our batch which starts on the 25th of May. Just call or WhatsApp us on this number 7678160296. Thank you and best of luck.